Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I have the opportunity of a lifetime right now to serve as the Chief Information and Digital Officer at Signature Aviation. And I've heard over and over again, as I've been searching out technology solutions, especially in this time of total disruption, the pace of change and transformation will never be as slow as it is today. It won't be. So truer words have never been spoken. Technology has driven what was once linear from a growth perspective, from a change perspective, and a transformation perspective to an exponential one. And AI is at the center of all of it. For companies that don't see this today, they are not going to be in the game. They are not. I get to share with you today, and I think it's very important because the predecessors to me articulated a success framework for actually how to bring this to life, and they talked about reimagined workflow. And I think this is the perfect timing for this presentation because I'm going to talk to you today about how those two things to come together so that we can actually create and leverage this technology to take something forward that has never been there before. So let's see if I can get this right. Okay, just real quick, a lot of people don't know who our company is. Okay, I was in the elevator this morning. I was walking over here talking to a gentleman. Let me just tell you a little bit about our organization. We actually operate about 240 private FBO terminals around the world. They are in 27 countries, okay? We're located in the top 10 busiest airports, and we are in 37 out of the top 50 global airports today. We have 6,000 employees, and I think this is what's really important here is that they basically today service over 3 million aircraft missions. So to give you an idea of the size and the scale of our business, 3 million aircraft missions a year go through our facilities. This is a highly, highly complex environment. It is one that you don't see. You wouldn't think, we're landing a private aircraft. It is much, much more complicated than anybody knows. And we know the one thing that our customers value is speed and execution, which is why this is going to be relevant. This use case is going to be relevant. On average, an actual customer that's consuming the service is in the FBO, the airport, for 192 seconds before they're in the air. 192 seconds. So seconds matter. We only have a limited amount of time to make an impact and to get it right and make sure it's done safely and swiftly. So I'm going to get into it now because this is where it gets exciting. And I go back to the partnership we had with C3. I got an opportunity to meet with some of their leaders before, but about a year ago, we sat in a room, talk about frameworks. We reimagined what the world could look like in a technology-deprived industry. There wasn't anything there. And artificial intelligence was at the key to driving this transformation and making every second exceptional for the guest. And our vision that we came out of there with was basically to build an engine, not just an agentic AI layer, not just AI, but an engine end-to-end to ingest all kinds of information, structured, unstructured, all right? From direct customers, direct connections, business partners, flight information sources, the tails on airplanes, right? Run this through a real-time integration layer and basically work to create and manage reservations for us that is tied to inventory, pricing, and handling all of these requests at a real-time nature with real-time status updates. This was quite an undertaking, as you can see. It's simplified on this page here, but it was quite an undertaking. The idea this would automatically flow through an orchestration layer so our team members, instead of taking the time to manually parse through this, which is what they do today, okay, or I should say we're doing in certain locations, and basically input it into keyboards and plan all this stuff. We took more time looking up information, trying to marry all this stuff together. The blocking and tackling and the basics of how we were going after this was completely and utterly manual, and it took an inordinate amount of time and created, truthfully, a bad experience. What we did was we wanted to reimagine the reservation process so that way we could take leverage of real-time inventory, which was the concrete at these airports, and leverage that so that we could provide the best possible experience for pilots, aircraft crews, and ultimately our team members at the bases. So I'll go to the next slide. So we called it ramp optimization, and it leads into the reservation process, and I'll explain why, and this is where this hopefully connects to my peers here. But we realized what our problem was we had limited inventory. Concrete, that's what matters in this industry. Our hangars, concrete, ramp spaces. It is the most limited resource that was out there. What we also realized was they're not building new airports. Expanding an airport is a massive undertaking, massive undertaking. And what we learned was our business was growing at a rapid pace. We were turning away customers. The Northeast is completely constrained. We were turning away customers. There wasn't enough space to park the planes that were coming in at the times that they were coming in. The second challenge and why this mattered to us was our data was disconnected, it was siloed, everything was reactive. Everything that the company did was reactive. It was effectively somebody would pick up the phone and call and then they plan. It was very, very, very difficult to go after all this information and get consolidated views. And then the last thing was we were losing revenue. When we talk about turning away customers, we were actually losing revenue and creating what I would say is the worst customer experience ever. We ran into all kinds of challenges here, and it really, really opened the door for us reimagining how we work. So why this is relevant and the opportunity is what we did here was we wanted to promote self-service with our customers. And our customers are the pilots that service our guests. So we want to improve that guest experience by giving them a world-class reservation process digitally. The second thing was we wanted to achieve higher utilization and efficiency on the ramp, right? Through throughput, through utilization, how the planes were laid out. It's about our ability to really change the game in an industry that really doesn't have these kind of cutting edge tools available. I'd leave the group to get the most of AI. I think I have to speak to this. It's because I think it's the most critical aspect of this initiative is leveraging artificial intelligence. And it's about bringing others on the journeys. It's the hearts and minds, right? The biggest barrier to making this real has not been the technology. The engineers that we've leveraged, the C3 partnership, our internal engineers, the technology solutions that exist out there, that's been the easiest thing, believe it or not. Getting some of the data has been difficult, but it's the people. The change management in the bases has been the hardest thing that we've had to uncover and deal with. It's become more readily accessible and people understand AI more. And in general, obviously people are aware of it, they're talking through it, but they don't trust it. They don't believe that it will replace them because they believe that it's about their inherent knowledge of the process that's going on, when in theory, we've proven that we can actually perform the function better. And what we've articulated to the team members that are there, it's not about replacing them. It's about what my peers said before. It's about redirecting these resources to make it so that 192 seconds that customer's in that airbase is better than ever. And there's other things that they can be redirected to make this a better process, more seamless experience. The focus on AI isn't what it can do, but rather how it can address the human needs. It's not just a tool here. It's how it can work alongside of our team members to create an incredibly important, safe experience for the people coming into and out of these FBOs, flight base operations, sorry. I would tell this group, I'm partnering the closest. It's not finance. It's actually not even operations. It's with the CHRO of the company. It's really on the people side. And our call to action right now is how do we have the right framework, right? The right model, the right governance in place, and the right resources available so that we can get the team aligned with imagining what we could do. This was nothing. There was nothing there. And now, not only do we have an ecosystem where we're actually deploying agentic AI agents, we have a total transactional flow from reservation to fulfillment with inventory behind it. No one's thought about that way before. It came from team members in the field. So that's why that's been incredibly important. I'd ask the group to take away 3 things from this discussion. Hurry. This did not take us long. I think David Gantz, who's one of our partners from C3 in here, we met, it was March of last year, so a year, 1 year from concept to reality. And it's not just the pieces on the agentic side. It's the data transformation, the data sources, the data integration layers, the partnerships with Microsoft in place. I mean, it all happened in 1 year to get to this White Plains solution. Second thing is the people. It's not just IT, but it's the team members in the field. It's the organization that supports those team members. Huge learning experience for us. And then the last thing is while I don't like the word governance, have clear metrics in place. Because if you do not know what success is or what you define success is, you're going to constantly be hitting a moving target. That's it. So thank you very much and have a great day.